Hi everyone, this is Marceline, or you can call me Mari, and welcome to a new video. Before we begin this video, this video is the second video in our Moonarayde reading club series. For a moment couldn't think of what we called it, but yeah, this is the second video of our Moonarayde reading club series, and we just want to give a big thanks to Caren K over on Allpoetry.com for letting us read some of her poetry on our channel here. And yeah, we want to say a big thanks to her. And also there will be some gameplay in the background. That way you're not just looking at our phone. We have to hold our phone really close in order to see what we're reading. So yeah, we don't want the whole video of us just looking at our phones. So in the background, as we read some of Caren's poetry, there will be some gameplay. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you all enjoy this video, and if you like Caren's poetry, we will leave a link to her profile down in the description and in the pinned comment so that you can go check out more of Caren's work. But yeah, on with the video. Thank y'all for watching and have a beautiful day.
We are visually impaired, and we have dissociative identity disorder, DID.
We are here to share our interests, experiences, and simply have fun enjoying life.
We are the Moonarayde system.
Bonfire Witch starts the singing. Bonfire Witch sat quietly in the shadows, with her medium resin, listening to her work of art crackling, popping and hissing. She could build a bonfire better than most, completely at ease. Had been doing this since the 70s. Only needed a breeze. Bonfire took off with a swoosh, shooting straight in the air. Lightning-looking sparks shot up like a gun with a flare. The rest of the witches watched her walk closer to her work of art. She began chanting a hymn that went straight to their heart. Within seconds, the witches were all chanting along, each feeling a strong sisterhood with the entire throng. Bonfire is magical. It unites women in October for sure. Their voices harmonized their singing, totally pure. A spell gone wrong. She was a fluffy old lady, then a frothy old witch. When she got older, this seasoned crone got an itch. She wanted to turn herself back into a cat. Her memory had come back. What do you think of that? "I am stunned," said my aunt. "I thought the spell would last. Turning that cat into a witch in the first place was a blast. It happened in 1978, a spell gone wrong, but funny at first. 1 second a fluffy black cat, then gone in one burst." Eerie silhouette of a young witch. Saw an eerie silhouette of a young witch, her background being the moon, so full jack-o'-lantern laughed. So did the switch. She rode a straw broom during the lull. Harvest moon was yellow, bright and rounded. Night was pregnant with anticipation, eager to please. A Halloween sight to mull. I myself was astounded. Some saw the witch, others feigned a tease. "What witch? I have no idea what you are speaking of," but I could still see her there, riding her broom above. My relatives try to ignore things like this quite a bit. If it does not make sense to them, they claim to not see it. Held in place by a haunted house. If you are in your 70s, you might remember the movie Babes in Toyland that came out one December. The movie stars were in an enchanted forest with diabolical trees. Tonight on Halloween, I could not help but think of the likes of these, because down the lane where the party was twirling by the hour was a haunted house that had come alive and had a superpower. With a witch-like nose, she had a snarl, a sniffle, a sneeze, and a sneer. I am not so brave, so began to shiver and shake, wanting to be there. and shake, wanting not to be there. Be here. "What is wrong?" queried the house in a persnickety, evil, mean way. I could not stop my quivering feet. They decided to not stay. But try as they might, they could not move, let alone run away. The haunted house held us down firmly on that terrifying day. Halloween dance of the witches and such. The Halloween dance of the witches and such was attended by those who love it very much. There were skeletons and goblins, ghosts galore, all kinds of costumes, no dancer a bore. They danced around a bonfire, witches and all, Frankenstein and Dracula, gnomes but a foot tall. Ghosts filled the sky. There were Mad Hatters too. As far as I know, they danced in the morning till 2. Beware of the Marley Manor Mansion. Marley Manor Mansion has a good reputation that is not good. Has a reputation that is not good. Most of us avoid it. Though we are tough, we live in the hood. It is down a long driveway with overgrowth, not often seen. We avoid it like a pandemic, especially on Halloween. One old lady got lost last year and had a horror story to tell. The ghostly entities there looked like they crawled out of hell. Her relatives figured she had dementia and put her into a home. But today I drove by and saw 7 prowling ghouls on the roam. Yelled at by a cookie pumpkin stack. Cookie pumpkin stack of 3 turns to look at little old me. "What are you doing here?" asks number 2. The others roll their eyes. I don't have a clue. Do I answer to pumpkins? No, I do not. I keep walking past, but now it's a trot. "Get back here, you coward," he yells in a fit. I stick out my tongue, but he cannot see it. This satisfies me, though, and I keep going. It's a cold Halloween, and it might start snowing. I want to get all the candy I can get before my shoes get wet. "Come back here," yells the pumpkin stack all in a fret. He magnified his wolf spider. Delighted to magnify his wolf spider 62-fold. Magic for this warlock truly never gets old. He can take him to banks and demand solid gold. No one argues with him. The tale is told. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, the ghost whispered to me. I looked around at the 3 others having tea. None of them seemed to be aware, let alone see, this ethereal entity who had spoken to me. Long-lost plush toy is creepy. The long-lost plush toy, with ill intent, somehow had been shoved into the attic's vent. His face was scarred, and his teeth were creepy. I could not relax that night, though. I was sleepy. I kept thinking he was going to get an axe, then sneak upstairs and kill me and Max. Max is my cousin who has no sixth sense at all. He slept soundly while I listened for sounds in the hall. Graveyard Ghoul. Graveyard Ghoul was insanely weird to those who could see. Luckily, this only included my aunt, my Aunt Amy and me. Others were not clairvoyant. They had no idea at all. This creepy ghoul was standing right next to that wall. His claws are creepy and his teeth are nasty, said Aunt Amy Cup. I told her to shush, for I did not want to rile this creepy guy up. The graveyard ghoul gave me a nod, but sneered in her direction. I instinctively knew right away this was not a sign of affection. Surprise, surprise. Confused jack-o'-lantern woke up with 2 different eyes. Surprise, said his witch owner. Surprise, surprise. He looked in the mirror and asked, "Why did you do that?" "It is nothing," she told him. "See my cat coffee cup? It used to be my cat." Betty Boop Ghoul. Betty Boop could not live forever, for naught. But this new version was a bit scary, I thought. Her face was green. She had stitches too. "I am a ghoul," she informed me, "a bit of a boo." Never having met a ghoul before, I turned and ran outside, straight out the door. She chased me up a hill and back 2 times. She smelled like lemons, mold, dirt, and grimes. I did not stop running until I woke up with a gasp, relieved that my time with Betty Boop Ghoul was past. Nancy the Fancy Witch. Nancy the Fancy Witch was featured on international TV. Everything matched. She was ultra talented with a capital T. Tonight she was featured with pumpkins she had painted up in an apricot and pink stripes. They were unbelievably pretty, said Hup. Hup is my cousin who has a crush on Nancy. Thinks she is fine. To me, her quintessential painted pumpkins crossed a dangerous line. Now everyone would want to paint pumpkins. No one would carve. That irritates me also, said my uncle, Big Marv. Peeping at a skeleton disco. Halloween skeleton disco was in full swing tonight. They were throwing each other around in the glittering light. Some of them hit the wall when their partners tossed them, their legs and arms askew, and their heads doing a spin. It was interesting to the rest of us, scary to some. Don't say a word, cautioned my dad, my aunt, and my mum. We were peeking at them through a peephole in a wall. It was fun watching them do the Watusi the twist and the Crawl. Terrified of the devilish ballerina. Nothing had ever frightened the angry jack-o'-lanterns before, but tonight a ghoulish ballerina showed up. Her name was Lenore. She was terrifying to them. Unreal seemed devilish somehow. They did not make a peep, deferred to her with a frightened bow. Cheesy collects black bats. Halloween gnome named Cheesy collected black bats. They swarmed around him as if he were tuna fish cats. We could not figure it out, but it happened like crazy. Cheesy was a baker, up early, never a teensy bit lazy. Maybe it was his scones, his muffins, and such. But bats adored Cheesy. They liked him ever so much. They glommed onto him every month, not just Halloween. They landed on his knees, his neck, forever with him seen. Terrified of the jack-o'-lantern forest. Deep in the belly of the jack-o'-lantern forest were steepless. They were not known by many, gave witches the creeples. We never knew why they were there, but stayed away. The forest had an ambience that said murder was her mainstay. Baby ghost steals a witch's broom. Where did the baby ghost get that witch's broom? We were all amazed, said the moss that bloomed. The baby ghost smirked at his lovely win. She was taking a whiz, he told to his friend. They told him to immediately take it back, but he did not listen and fell into a crack. For the broom bucked him off good and hard, returning to its owner, a witch of the old guard. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed listening to the poems that we read within the video. We want to give another thank you shout out to Caren K for allowing us to read some of her poetry within our video today. Again, we will leave a link to Caren's poetry if you'd like to read more. And yeah, we definitely enjoyed reading some of Caren's work. Yeah, we were stumbling on our words a bit, but sometimes we just read a bit too fast, and we're still trying to remind ourselves to slow down when either reading or talking out loud. And yeah, we're still trying to remind ourselves that we don't really read much, so sometimes it's difficult to sometimes it's difficult to read things, and sometimes it's like if we're reading out loud, it's sometimes difficult to read not super fast, so yeah, if we were stumbling on our words there, apologies for that. But hopefully as we continue the series, we will get better at that. So, but again, thank you all for watching this video, and big thanks to Caren K for allowing us to read some of her poetry for this video. With cheers and love, have a beautiful day, stay positive, and take care. Bye for now.
If you liked the poems that were featured in today's video, please go check out Caren's poems on Allpoetry, username PinkFaerie5.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you'd like. Be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.